Greetings and salutation, everyone. I am your host, Fluff. Thank you so much for joining me on another FAQ Monday. And unfortunately, there is still more construction going on. The house is almost done, but this time they have some huge air compressor or generator or something like that, and they're power washing stuff. And I have waited and waited several days, in fact, for them to not do that. But it will never end. I've come to the realization that the construction will never actually end, and so I should just get on with my life and make some FAQ Mondays, answer some questions, business as usual. So if you hear stuff, I apologize, I can't do anything about it. First question, hi Fluff, can you please explain the revisions on the dual rectifier? Is it true the first 500 sound better? Thanks in advance. Why yes, good sir, I can. The revisions of the original 2-channel dual rectifier go from C to G. Now A and B were prototypes, they were never actually publicly released, those were just internal to Mesa Boogie. C was the very first dual rectifier revision to come out in early to mid 1992. I believe it was sometime around May 1992 if I'm not mistaken. Could be slightly wrong on that, but definitely 92. And they were were always improving on the design a little bit, mainly in the clean channel, but a little bit in the dirty channel as well. Revisions C, D, and E are all very huge sounding dirty channels, very warm, very tight. But the problem with these early amplifiers was the clean channel was very bad. And I know what you're thinking, the Rev G 2-channel dual rectifier, the one that we all know and love, doesn't have that great of a clean channel. These early revision clean channels were even worse. I mean, they were like the cleanest they got, and some of them that I've tried were like AC/DC back and black tones was the cleanest they got. So really, they were really working hard to improve a lot of the stuff in the earlier revisions of the dual rectifier. I have a Rev E, and they had some problems with the circuit boards and some of the tracings lifting up on some of them, which is why the revision E only lasted like 100 or 200 units before they went to the Rev F. Rev F is very similar to a Rev G, and Rev F is where we first saw the triple rectifier. And then Rev G was the final 2-channel version that we all know and love, and that came out, I believe, sometime late 94. As far as the pre-500 myth, that's what it is, it's a myth. The pre-500 used to refer to the mythology that the first 500 rectifiers used a Mark III or the Mark III transformers because they were still waiting for the dual rectifier spec ones to come in from Schumacher, and that's actually not true. They went well past 1,000. I believe we found someone on the Mesa Boogie board, Grailtone, that has a pre-500 spec that's like serial number 2000 or something like that. So really, pre-500, it should really be called pre-2000, to be all honest, but George Lynch is the one that's kind of responsible for that because he used some of the really early 2-channel dual rectifiers, and he's the one that kind of started the whole mythology about the first 500 and the revisions of the circuit boards and all that stuff. But yeah, I can tell you from owning all of them, or all of the, I owned a pre-500 Rev G, a modified Rev G, and a triple rectifier, and I prefer the regular Rev G ones myself. The Rev Es are awesome. I've played Rev D, it was huge, just it sounds boosted and it's not boosted. But, I don't know, I like the Rev Gs, it's just a personal preference of mine. So yeah, there you go, more information than you wanted. Dual rectifiers. Would you like a Pantera Reunion tour? Just a tour with Zakk Wylde on guitar? No. That would be a terrible idea and an obvious cash grab, and that would just, you can't replace Dime. You can't do it. Yeah, that's awesome that Dimebag and Zakk were really good friends. No, Zakk can't replace Dime. He can't. And at this point, it's a bunch of old dudes getting up on stage and playing the old songs from the old times. That's what it would really amount to. And Phil can't sing at all. He can't sing anymore. He goes up on stage and kind of barks and kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but he can't sing anymore. He can't. He's destroyed his voice. He never took care of it. He's admitted as such. And Zach Wild is quite busy doing his Wild Audio stuff and Black Label Society, and it just wouldn't be the same, man. It wouldn't be the same. We need to let go of all that kind of stuff and just move past it and enjoy the music for what it is. Have you ever played a multi-scale guitar? What did you think of it, especially compared to a fixed scale when it comes to intonation, ergonomics, etc.? I have played a few multi-scales, and I get why they would be good for some players in some situations. Really, really detuned stuff, you know, the 8-string stuff and the 7-string stuff, I totally get it. And it's very comfortable, and you would think it would kind of be awkward. I found it fairly comfortable until I looked down at the fretboard, and then your brain kind of goes, ah, for me personally. I'm an old school guy, so I don't really like the fan fret stuff personally, but it does serve a function, absolutely. And it can improve the intonation, especially on the larger strings and things like that. I just found them very unnecessary for my playing style because I'm such a simple meat and potatoes kind of guy. But you know, for the Animals as leaders, shred guys, and all that kind of stuff, absolutely, there's a definite advantage to having a multi-scale guitar. And on the multi-scale guitars, you know, you do have really, really improved intonation and features and things like that. But you know, a lot of them, I don't know, man. This week, I suggest you go pick up my new band's EP. Rest Repose is putting out an EP tomorrow. By the time this airs, it'll be out tomorrow, Tuesday, December 15th. It's going to be on, you know, Amazon and iTunes, Google Play. It's going to be everywhere digitally. We'll also have CDs that you can order off the website. We'll have them at the shows. And we have a show this upcoming Friday in Seattle at Ocore Zone. And yeah, please go pick it up. We've been working really, really hard on it, and it means a lot to me. You guys will be familiar with a lot of the songs that we've reworked into a band structure, and it's just turned out great. I mixed and mastered it, and yeah, curious to see what you guys think. Yeah, that's sorry for the shameless plug, but you know what? I'm gonna take advantage because that's what I do. You've been wonderful. I have been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.